Hey, what's going on? This is She Badness. Today I'm doing a video blog on USB mics. I'm actually going to be doing two video blogs. The first one will be on the Snowball, which is by Blue, and the second one will actually be on the Samson Q1U, which is a handheld USB dynamic mic made by Samson. So if you're interested in using the Q1U or possibly even the CO12, you may want to look at the other blog that I'll be doing. But this one is dedicated to the Snowball. And actually over here I have the box for it. It's not an unboxing, but I hold on to all the boxes for the items I purchased. And I've had this item for about 2 years. I know there's a lot of reviews that are out there that go over the tech specs and so forth, but not that many reviews that are out there just from a practical day-to-day usage standpoint. And for that reason I'd actually like to do this blog just so I could share what my experiences has been, and just so you can actually get a look at it. Here on the back you have the 3 settings that you would actually, depending on what kind of recording you'll be doing, whether you'd want it to be omnidirectional, unidirectional, you'd actually make that selection right here on this switch. It comes with a USB cable, and I'll actually lower the mic. You can see it actually comes with this tripod. Obviously it doesn't come with the mic flag, but I customize everything. And it's a great mic. It's a great mic considering the price. It's in the range of about between $100 and $130, and it doesn't sound cheap. It doesn't sound thin. It's just very warm vocals, and it's ideal for podcasting. It's also ideal for narrating YouTube videos, home videos, and there's a lot of people that have been just exploring their creative side, and USB mics, they're a cost-effective option because you can bypass having to purchase an audio interface. And also, they're plug-and-play. You can use them with any DAW, and software like GarageBand, it actually comes bundled with iLife when you get the Mac, so you don't have to go out and purchase that. Audacity is another capable program that's out there, which is free, and you can use that for either Mac or PC. Now, one thing that you don't hear very often, and this is something that was something that I noticed immediately when using a USB mic, the volume is considerably lower, obviously because they're not as sensitive as condenser mics. And so you'd notice that you may have to increase the input gain, which unfortunately it creates a little noise. So in using these USB mics, you'd figure you'd have it on your desk, and this is like a reasonable distance away from it. But if you're this far, let's say about a foot away from it, it's practically inaudible. So you have to eat the mic. That's what I refer to it as. I say eat the mic, but you actually just have to get really close to it. The ideal distance would be about 2 to 3 inches. I know somehow you didn't picture yourself hunched over talking into it like this, but this is exactly what you're going to have to do in order to get a good signal. Now, the problem with being that close to a mic, it's going to be a nightmare in terms of plosives. And in looking at this stand and how it's structured on the tripod, how are you going to get a pop filter on this thing? Obviously you can't put a windscreen on it. I mean, so what do you do in that instance? What I suggest is actually twisting off. This actually comes right off the stand. You can hold the globe in your mouth, right in front of your mouth, or you can utilize a stand like this, where you can actually adjust the height. These are actually much more useful. I like this stand because I take it all over the house with me, and when I'm traveling I take it with me because it's a portable stand. Do this the old-fashioned bootleg way with me holding my camera up against my computer screen. Hopefully you'd be able to get the gist of it from this. But right now I'm in Audacity, and I'm actually recording this this video blog with SoundMax, which is the built-in audio with my IBM ThinkPad. In Audacity will actually be recording using my Blue Snowball mic. So right now I have it about 2 to 3 inches away from my face. I'm not using a pop filter. I'm going to let you see that the vocals come through smooth. They're reasonably equalized, and also I'm going to let you hear what a nightmare it is in terms of plosives. So I'm going to hit record right now. So here I am speaking at a reasonable vocal level. You can see the waveform is coming through. It's not very erratic, but for the plosives, one thing you'll notice is this. I'll provide you with an example right now. Pollyanna probably peed her panties playing with Peter this past weekend at the playground, but she didn't tell her parents. Now, you see this? That's bad. Let me play that back for you.
Pollyanna probably peed her panties playing with Peter this past weekend at the playground, but she didn't tell her parents.
You see the volume's reasonably low. You may want to increase the gain just a tad. But I'll play this back from the beginning.
So here I am speaking at a reasonable vocal level. You can see the waveform is coming through. It's not very erratic.
It's ideal for podcasting, Skype, and so forth.
For the plosives, one thing you'll notice is this. I'll provide you with an example right now. Pollyanna probably peed her panties playing with Peter this...
Here it is. I screwed it off. You can see, you can get reasonably good vocal quality out of this mic, but you're going to have to use a pop filter. It's going to be difficult for you to use a pop filter if you're using the tripod that it comes along with. So you're going to have to explore some other options. You'll see that the recording input is somewhat low. You may want to increase some gain. Just be mindful of, just make sure you're not popping, you're not clipping. But this mic is actually able to get reasonably loud sounds. Like you can record acoustic guitar into this mic, and there's not going to be any distortion, clipping, and so forth. So that's another really good use for this mic. What I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to screw my mic onto my other stand. You can see it just kind of screws on just like this, and you can use your traditional stand. Now, for you to be able to hear this, obviously I'm going to have to just increase the gain a tad. Also bearing in mind, just to make sure that we're not going to be getting any resulting distortion or clipping. But let me mute out this other track, and we're going to take that to the top and play it.
Okay, so here I am once again. I'm just a couple of inches away from the mic. You can see it's a low waveform. Definitely not as erratic as the built-in sound that comes along with your laptop. But for the closest example, here we go. Pollyanna probably peed her panties playing with Peter at the playground.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap this video up. In conclusion, I think the USB Snowball mic, it's definitely a good mic. You have to bear in mind, you can't compare USB mics to condenser mics. It's a whole different playing field. Now, the example that I showed you in Audacity, the first audio track was me recording directly into the capsule. The second was me recording directly using my laptop's built-in audio, which is SoundMax. I actually have an IBM ThinkPad. And the third audio track, which is the one that's all the way on the bottom, was me recording directly into the Snowball mic, but also utilizing a pop filter. You did notice that made the plosives go away. Now, depending on what your preference is, you may find that you don't need a USB microphone at all. You may prefer to use your laptop's built-in sound recording. But I do feel that the Snowball, it's a great mic. It's professional sounding. It's great for Skype. It's great for podcasting. It's great for narrating your YouTube videos and so forth. I just wanted to make sure that you had some tips to go away with. Tip number 1 would be to make sure that you're utilizing a pop filter. Tip number 2 would be to apply some input gain, but of course not too much. You want to make sure that you're not clipping and that there isn't any resulting distortion. You can't apply too much because it's going to create noise. I do hope that you found this vlog useful. If you do have any questions, feel free to touch base with me. I try as best I can to respond to the comments that I receive, or you can message me. But also check me out on the web, shemusic.com. That's SHEEMUSIC.com, where you can also check me out on MySpace. That's myspace.com /shemusic, SHEEMUSIC. I appreciate you watching. Please leave some feedback. If you have some questions, shoot. You take care.